Today we have a slightly different concept for a video, beginning here at London Blackfriars Station and taking a tour down there of London's South Bank. We'll explore its myriad of attractions, history, bars and restaurants. The Thameslink train I just arrived on heads off and we begin to make our journey down and out of the station. Now let's get our skates on and on our way. So, here we go. The South Bank itself is probably one of London's most visited areas, and it's full all the time of tourists from all over the world. And every day, of course, on my channel, I have a different hairstyle, and they are usually by accident, so here is today's. I am not sure where these hairstyles come from really, but oh well, why be normal when you can be different? And please remember to like and subscribe. Hi everyone, so here we are arriving at London Blackfriars with its amazing view over the River Thames. And wow, what a sight for a station entrance. And with that, welcome to Carl's Travel Channel, where every journey costs less than £200. Please sit back, relax and enjoy the ride. And always remember, the nearest exit may be behind you. Complete with a musician here. Down here on the riverside promenade, as you may call it, you've got an amazing view over the Thames, and you can see Blackfriars Station right behind me, spanning both sides of the river. And remember, there's an exit or an entrance on both sides, one to the north, one to the south here. And something you'll see plenty of here are the local residents. Whoops, I think I just scared this one away. Oh well, there are a few more for you. If you fancy a drink, you've got the Founder's Arms pub here, right behind me, with its riverside views and terraces. It's perfectly located, and one of the only bars here right actually on the Thames itself. And the prices, whilst they're slightly more than the average pub, are not too expensive really. A good spot here to enjoy some of the atmosphere, including the Millennium Bridge, St Paul's Cathedral, and... oh, what is this I spot down here? It's a beach. Whilst I waited for the loud American tourists to get out of the way, I found here there's actually an entrance down onto the beach. And yes, there is actually a beach in London, believe it or not. You could go for a little stroll down here, and people obviously go prospecting in the pebbles to see if they can find any old ancient relics. Well, there's not too many ancient relics here today, except myself, maybe. I wonder if we will find anything down here. Yes, I do find it really fascinating that London has a beach, and it's certainly not the most glamorous of beaches, and I don't think you want to do too much sunbathing down here, although I think people actually do during the height of the summer months. This section behind me under there even has some sand. Well, I suppose you could build some sand castles, and indeed I have seen people doing that before. The stairs here, however, back up are very steep, and there's a large ledge, so be careful on the way up, especially if it's slippery in the rain like it is today. You don't want to go hurtling headfirst over there, and especially when one of the local residents is blocking the way. Whoops, I think somebody has locked me in. Phew, alas, it's still open, and someone also is screaming very loudly in the background. Behind me is the magnificent Tate Modern Art Gallery, a converted power station, coal-electric power station, I think, from back in the day. It really is incredible, and not only that, it's free. So let's go and take a look inside, and wow, my hair is certainly crazy today. Well, it's slightly annoying there's now a bag security check to get in, as it used to just be a case of easily walking in and out as you pleased. However, we're here in the main turbine hall, and wow, it really does look stunning. I'll just give you a quick orientation here of the main part of the hall behind me. And yep, over the ledge here, wow, that certainly is really quite stunning. The power station here closed all the way back in 1981, and then it was empty basically for about 19 years when it was converted and reopened here into the Tate Modern Art Gallery in the year 2000. Let's go and have a look here downstairs to see how it is on the lower level. Behind me even, there's a nice souvenir shop for all your power station memorabilia and needs.
And a final view looking back before we leave across the whole turbine hall. It really is incredibly stunning. Looking back over the entrance to the hall as we exit outside via the side. Round the back of the gallery here is this handy located bar, part of the Tate Modern and run by them itself. There is also a members lounge right up on the roof, but alas, I'm not a member and I don't really have time to go there today, as we're just doing a quick tour video for you. I now cross underneath the famous Millennium Bridge, which was known back in 2000 when it opened as London's wobbly bridge as it was bouncing around in the wind. Alas, I'll take you up on a journey on that myself a little bit later, because we're going to head back home that way. The next stop up here along the South Bank is London's famous Globe Theatre, home of Shakespeare. However, it's not of course the original Globe, which I'll take to show you the site in a moment. This recreation of the Globe behind me was opened in 1997. However, it really is fantastic and it does the original shape of the building justice. And all the world is certainly a stage. Directly opposite the Globe here is one of London's riverside Uber boat stops. And there is a boat indeed arriving behind me just right now, so let's see it arrive in there.
For the many maritime enthusiasts on my channel, this boat, the Typhoon Clipper, was manufactured all the way out in Brisbane, Australia.
That's the Typhoon Clipper, and indeed I'll have to take a journey on one of those one day and make a video just about the Uber boats themselves.
You can use contactless to board the boats, however if you prefer you can buy an old-fashioned ticket here in the booth.
This section along here next to the boat terminal has an array of chain stores, restaurants and cafes, starting with a Pizza Express here right behind me, and then a Real Geek, or a Real Greek even, directly opposite. And next to those you've got a Pret a Manger here, and a Zizi.
Individually Italian, the large cluster of skyscrapers in the heart of the City of London. I'm certainly seeing a lot of the local residents today. This one appears to be an albino type. Another thing to point out, besides the Uber boat, London offers a variety of pleasure and sightseeing cruises along the Thames, which you can buy online.
Behind me there is London's Cannon Street station. Another pub behind me here, the Anchor, which was put up a few years ago, just in 1615.
I'll take a close-up look at the menu so you can pause and have a look to see the pricing for yourself. Some nice decorated old barrels here too, outside the pub.
And opposite, yet another chain establishment, a branch of Nando's.
Now what spooky delights await through here?
Here is arguably one of the most famous abandoned prisons, or former prisons, in the world, the Clink, because it's the prison that gave its name to all the rest. And on the wall here you can see the opening times. And actually as prices go, it's very cheap, but I've never been inside, but presumably it's very small. And in front of the camera here is another old ruin. No, not myself, this churchyard behind.
It is interesting to see the contrast with the modern office block behind. And yet another riverside pub, the old Thameside Inn.
And as my channel generally has a nautical theme, behind me is Sir Francis Drake's galleon, which performed the first circumnavigation of the globe by an Englishman, the second only after Ferdinand Magellan. Sadly today, of course, it's covered in scaffolding, as it looks like they're once again renovating it. But don't be fooled, because however, it's not the original. This is a replica which was built in 1973. However, it's also travelled all around the world and has sailed over 140,000 miles. The ship now resides here permanently at St Mary Overies Dock. The south bank sort of fizzles out here as you reach the stunning Southwark Cathedral, and then behind me is the Borough Market. Let's go and take a quick look inside to see what we can find. There's a whole array here of different stalls and eating places.
While somebody else tries to film, here's a look at one of the menus. What appears to be a South American section here, with food and drink from Colombia, and over there, it's Venezuela. And behind me here is an obligatory Leon, so maybe I'll get one of my free coffees from my subscription, which I've mentioned a few times on my channel. That basically gets me 5 free coffees every day for £25 a month. And no, this video is not sponsored by Leon. And well, cheers! I still have no idea if you were supposed to say that over coffee or not. Well, that was not bad for a free, in quotes, coffee. Scott from Planes, Trains and Everything has his Greggs, so I'll have to have Leon instead. Behind here in the distance is, of course, one of London's most famous skyscrapers, the Shard. And to the right is the handily located tube entrance to London Bridge Station. Now I have to head back through Borough Market, so let's explore and see all the different types of produce on offer. Behind here I've just found what looks like a new shopping piazza called the Borough Yards. As you can see, a very large selection of different eateries and things available on offer here. Let's go and have a look around here also. But when inside, I can't say I was hugely impressed. It was full of luxury, boutique-type outlets, which don't really fit the likes of a budget travel channel like this. And many of them were even, as on the right side, were even closed for refurbishment. Actually, maybe they are not. I just thought they were. And gosh, well, I'm really not sure what this thing is. Under here is a whole new underground spooky cavern full of different shops. Right, I'm off now down this slightly unsalubrious back street to find the last of the little historical remnants I wanted to show you on today's tour. Yes, here, just off this little side street, is the grounds of Shakespeare's original Globe Theatre. It looks as though now they've turned it into this lovely car park. Sadly now it's been converted into an old private block of flats called Old Theatre Court. A spooky stairway here, hopefully back up to civilization. Well, this was not quite planned, I got a little bit lost, but let's take the Southwark Bridge over the River Thames, which affords some nice views, and then we'll head back, hopefully in a moment, across the Millennium Bridge, which is just over there. I once used to live around here, so it's quite nice being back in my old stomping ground. And passing beneath us here, one of the tour boats is about to go past, so let's stop for a moment and watch it. This boat appears to be called the Millennium of Peace and is operated by the company City Cruises.
Now, I remember from experience, the other side of the river is going to be a lot more difficult to navigate than the south bank, because it's a series of higgledy-piggledy paths put together and not a nice promenade. So we'll go and check out that stalactites in a moment. You can see what I mean just down here. Okay, so the entrance is very well hidden here to the side. Okay, brace yourselves, we're going in. This is called Three Barrels Walk. As you can see, it's very different to the South Bank, and not really anything here at all, other than the view of the South Bank on the other side. I hope I can get out the other end down here, otherwise it's going to be a long journey back up those stairs.
Alas, I could, and we arrive at Queen Hive.
Well, somebody's obviously put this huge and very long mosaic here. Now, I'm going to skip this bit of the Thames path just in case I can't get out from memory, but we'll head through the entrance to the West Inn Hotel, which I guess, if you're a tourist, is somewhere to stay nearby. I can't imagine it's very cheap though. And well, on that sign is a little clue for where we're going next. We're just about to pass under it now, and then we'll head up onto the top. But before we do, there's a local church to show you, and I think maybe you'll recognise it. Yes, of course, it's St Paul's Cathedral.
To the right there is the City of London School, a very expensive, fee-paying school no doubt. Now let's take a closer look at the bridge's architecture and design. As per its namesake, the bridge opened on the 10th of June 2000, but within 2 days it became known as the Wobbly Bridge, and it was closed again straight away, literally 48 hours afterwards. Modifications were then made for another reopening. The bridge itself is 325 metres long.
This bridge really is a strange and unusual structure, and as you can see, it's like a suspension bridge, with the pillars of the bridge laying over on their sides as opposed to straight upright. And in case you're wondering why I have wings either side of me, well, gives me some lift, I suppose.
yet another pleasure cruise boat passes underneath. This one appears to be called the Sarpedon. I have no idea what that means. If you know, please let me know in the comments below. Tate Modern then comes into full view, and you can see its original power station building with a modern addition on top, and the structure just to the right of the chimney behind, that's an even more modern addition built only a few years back. The members gallery is the terrace to the right lower side of the chimney, as I mentioned earlier.
And just in front, of course, we're back at the Tate Modern. Some pigeons there seem to have made their own little house on the sides of the bridge. Well, that's almost it. We're back at the Tate Modern and just walking back down to Blackfriars train station to catch the train back home, or to, in your case, wherever you're going next on your adventure of London. Once again, we approach the Founder's Arms where we were earlier.
Here we are back at the modern entrance on the south side to London Blackfriars Station. Just time to head up on the platform with its riverside views again, of course, to head and catch my train. Oh, and there it is. I better run. And I very luckily just made it on the train as the rain started to pour down. That is a successful day. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if there's anything else you'd like to see on my channel, please let me know in the comments below for any other adventures and journeys, and of course look through the other videos I've already made before. I'm trying to improve their style as I go. And with that, thank you for watching Carl's Travel Channel. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.